Yeah, my creative inspiration comes from life, man. Those are the best stories, and those are the ones that transcend. We can talk about the glitz and the glamour and the bling and getting all the money and all the chicks and all the other stuff, but everybody can't relate to that. You know, having to grow up and the lights and the water, ain't no hot water, and mama having to boil hot water just so we can take baths. That I know that life, and there are other people that have had that experience too. You know, my mom worked 3 jobs to make things happen for her, so I know that struggle. So I want to talk about the things that happen because that's the stuff that's relating to the people in real life, and that's gonna touch people's souls. So growing up in the Wyandotte County, is Kansas City, Kansas part. I think that's what really built me to who I am. It taught me loyalty. It taught me respect. It taught me about love. I was blessed to have, you know, my mom and my pops, you know, and my pops was one of those. He passed away 3 years ago, anniversary to him this last week, and but he's one of the people that he supported the kids around around the town, and the kids that around the town that's still to this day, they're like, Joe, man, your dad would show up to my games, even when you wasn't playing, he was there. So having that support, man, was anything, and just Kansas City most definitely is family. The Kansas City metro area teaches you about family. So you keep yourself grounded and you never get, you know, out of line. You know, the Mama Jenkson's next door, she can check you if she needed to. And I think we don't have a lot of accountability anymore in life. So those kind of things keep me, you know, humbled and keep me working. So I think what a lot of people don't get or understand or fail to realize is it takes a lot. You know, people think this happens overnight, and it doesn't. You know, I've dealt with people thinking, you know, we've been rocking for 2 years. I'm like, we just getting started. I mean, my first major placement really didn't come until 5 years later, and that changed my life. And it takes like little things like that happen to change your infrastructure or your how people view you in the industry. I mean, I've slept on floors. I've been in LA struggling. And if it wasn't for BD Baron Davis, that he's the one who kind of really set me up to be able to be in LA and do my thing. But everybody don't get that opportunity. Everybody don't have that person who's like, I got you for, you know, until you pop. And you know, just dealing with the labels, dealing with artists. You know, when you're not really in the game, you deal with people. Oh, such and such is looking for this, and they ain't even looking for that type of record. You know, and so it's just like until you really get in the trenches and really are with the artist, you really don't know what is real and really don't know what is not. You know, so I think that's been the blessing, and you know, losing time with family, losing sleep, you know, and having to be creative and be the best, and trying to compete with every other producer, writer, artist that's in the game, that sometimes can be overwhelming as well. So, you know, it has its ups and downs, but the payoff and the reward of it is always beautiful. It's always a beautiful thing. So my 3 keys to success is transparency. If you can't be transparent, then this ain't the game for you. And I think that's in life in general. If you can't be transparent in all things that you're doing, then it's not going to work. The other thing is collaboration. I think it's important to collab with people because sometimes we think our idea is the greatest idea in the world. But at the end of the day, we need other people to pull from. We need, you know, in the creative energies. If you go back to Motown, it was guys in the room writing amazing music that we still to this day are in tune with, and it plays in every movie, it plays on radio. So those things, collaborations are super important. And the last thing for me is just be true to who you are. You know, I've seen a lot of guys in this game that I've helped out before, and they get on and then they change, and they don't realize there's a up and then there's a fall. And sometimes when you take that fall, that when you're going up and then you take that fall, it's tougher to bounce back from that more than anything. So I just tell people to be as humble as possible, be transparent and be themselves, be as real as possible with who they are, and don't switch up. What's up? It's Jo Blaq with The District. I'm here with 247hh.com. Check us out, man.